La 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 la. That needs to be muted. Nope, not that one. That one, that one. Okay, the only one that should be the mic is that mic. All right. La da 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 da. All right. So, let's see here. So this is the one that we have to replace. This is the same scale. It's the same starship, but in the process of getting this ready for filming, we broke it. So we're going to duplicate this so we can take some good pictures. This is primed in gray cere. It's the very last bit of gray cere that we could get out of our can. So here we go. Haven't put too many videos out today or this month. This month has been a very hard month for me for I'm going to say executive function. We're going to start with some Blood Angels Red. Get this guy on here. Go straight from the pot and just start adding stuff. On this model we did just the top, so we're going to start up here and go boop. And try not to hit the camera. This is an old brush, so it's not the best brush, but it's a brush. So we're going to paint on here. Go in there, make sure all the little crevices are gone. Okay. Do the same on this guy. Whoop, don't bump the camera. We have one of those little desk mount ring lights that has a little bump in there for a webcam or other camera. So I figured that we'd just drape this over our desk and go from there. All right, gonna grab, and we probably want, for those side bits, we probably want to do a little bit better job. So I'm going to go over here, and it looks like going like that. Being careful not to grab anybody. Contrast paint is not the best for doing big swaths of flat panels, but it only has to be good enough to be satisfactory for stock photos. So there's not a ton of expectation to do good on here. My wife just said she's almost home. She's being the great provider today and picking up dinner. Super excited about that. Okay. So this is not going to do great for us. So we're going to put this guy away. You can see he's not the best right now. It's okay though. We didn't do a giveaway for the month of July, and I feel a little bad about that, but not terrible. We'll go back and do a nice big giveaway next month to make up for it. We got the previous giveaways shipped out. And make sure that is in focus. Oh, got a little bit on there. It's not great. It's okay though. See, this is why I think I get about 2 or 3 a month on Etsy asking if I paint or will paint the ships that they customers order. I tell them no, because I don't really value the painting that I do as much as I should. And when it's your own personal stuff, it's okay. It can be table quality or whatever quality you decide to end on. But when you're painting something for somebody else, there's a implied idea that it'll be great, and I don't think I can live up to that expectation. Okay. That's okay though. You don't have to live up to others' expectations. You only have to live up to your own expectations. And if you're not living up to your own expectations, you need to ask yourself why. And either do better or adjust your expectations. I think a friend of mine said once, a business mentor, have low expectations and live a happy life. I think that's a good bit of news to take with you. I have, in the line of work that I have for my day job, you are expected to do your best, but someone said once, and I love that they said this, the best that you can do is all that you can do, all that can be expected of you. So there's if you can find out what your best is and do that all the time, you will I think you'll be happy with your life. Though one thing that I struggle with being ADHD is the consistent output of consistent quality. Man, that's hard for me. Thankfully, I found a very understanding wife who's able to put up with my own inconsistencies. Not a ton. She doesn't let me get away with murder, but it's enough to be able to live. Alright, so in the past we used ArchiveX's engine black on this for this one. What we're actually going to do for this one is we're going to use Citadel's Basilicanum Gray, and then we'll do the same. So this is what silver is that? Let me see. I'm going to put that away. So that for sure this is our Leadbelcher-ish paint that we're going to use on the gray metal parts. It's actually a mix of Leadbelcher and craft paint. craft gunmetal. And that serves us pretty well. Looking for... There we go. Silicanum gray. So we're going to mix these three paints real quick. We have a little vortex mixer that does its job very well. Very well, in fact. All right. So, we're going to do the turbo lasers in Granite Steel. We're going to use the same little guy on here. This is the Army Painter Hobby Base Coating brush. I don't think the brand of the brush really matters as long as your brush is well put together and kind of small, because these details are kind of small. Alrighty. Okay. That looks like a resin detail that, like a support. Yeah, that was definitely a support. Okay. Ethan Leroith's Venator also has these wonderful little trench. I'm going to assume these are like light turbo lasers. Okay, so there's that side. Now we're going to flip it. Woo! I'll grab this one. Then do these guys real quick. We had to struggle mentally to get the squadron stands up on Etsy. But now that we have, we need to go to the next step and get fighters up on Etsy. And we have so many fighters that we have access to. Between the slightly used spaceship yards and Ethan Leroith and O'Neill Creations, we have many fighters, including here. We got some Arc 170s right here. We haven't printed any clone Y-Wings yet, but we should get on that. Hey, Shadow Cat, how you doing? I will do the side hangers in a second. I'm actually going to do those a little differently. So, the condition of this doesn't matter a ton, as long as it looks good enough. When we're done, we're going to put Nuln Oil on it, and some people might think that ruins it. But, you know, with this one, we might actually pull out our Tamiya wash and our Tamiya pin wash and do that instead. Because you can see this one, the staining here is from the Nuln Oil pooling, and we should have cleaned that up. But if we go in and grab the pin wash, we should be able to hit all the little bits and maybe do a little bit tighter job. Oh, Shadowcat, I got distracted. That's the truth of it. I got distracted. I didn't go... Oh, no, I did look for the books. I didn't buy them, though. I do remember looking for the books. We were talking about these books on the last live stream we did. and I did go look for them, but I didn't do anything with the information after I went looking. So it is as if I didn't go look. So I've been using Basilicanum Gray a lot in my Starship print jobs, like a lot, and you know, I have no shame about it. I love the way that the Basilicanum Gray paints it black, but not quite black. My wife bought me some Army Painter paints, and I need to pull those out and try the gray that's in there, and see if it's similar. Although I will say this, you know, people, I think, rightly criticize Games Workshop's use of their paint pots. And for layer paints, you know, painting from the paint pots on the layer paints leads to comments like, hey, you need to thin your paints. But when you're using shades and contrast paints and stuff like that, I don't think there's a better way to do it than Citadel paint pots. In fact, I think, now this might be dumb, but I think as I run out of future paints, I will be transferring my Army Painter speed paint droppers from their dropper bottles into empty Citadel paint pots, simply because with contrast paints and transparent paints, it's pretty nice to be able to paint directly from the pot. But that is an opinion, and opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got them, and most of them aren't pretty. Alright, so that is the engine block done. You know, on this one I did those in silver, and on this one I did those in black. I don't think that's a big deal, though. Okay. I also added blue to the tips of these. I don't think I'm going to do that on this one. Oh yeah, I have a whole bag of mixing balls. You can hear it in the Basilicanum Gray, where it's got balls in there. But I believe the speed paints already come with balls in them. Yeah, the speed paints already come with balls in them. In fact, I might use that for my engine glow here. It's either going to be that or just base coating it with Temple Guard blue and then putting a transparent paint over that. Alright, so let's wash this brush and consider the next thing. I think we're going to do, on this one, we put our gunmetal here, and then on these here, we did it all down the trenches on here. Okay. So for sure, we're going to put it on these little industrial tubes surrounding the engines. I was watching a video today, I think it was a Meta Nerds video, on the ATPT, no, the ATAP, the sniper walker. And I realized that in the Battle of Kashyyyk in the in Revenge of the Sith, you can actually see a landed Venator in the background of the battle line. Meta Nerds made the comment like, "Oh hey, you know, they landed it and they were just rolling out the tanks, but put those tanks that should have been, you know, in the back and away from combat because they have a really long range, right in front, and kind of makes Master Yoda look a little foolish." But you know what? Yoda, like all of the Jedi, none of those guys are generals. Like, they all held the rank of general, but I don't know what would make them qualified to run a military. So, that's kind of the point, though. I mean, people criticize tactics in the Clone Wars, but really, the Clone Wars, no matter whose side you were on, the Clone Wars was ultimately geared towards destroying the Jedi and taking ultimate political control of the galaxy by Papa Palpatine. Like, there's a lot of decisions that were made during the Clone Wars by both the CIS and the Republic, and that all comes down to, guess what? The guy who was running the show didn't want it to be a effective war. He just wanted to take control. Shadowcat, I don't know anything about P3 paint. What I do know is that the temptation to... Wow, let me do that so you can totally not see what I'm doing. The temptation to buy, like, keep buying new paint all the time and trying things out is great, but ultimately you need to master your tools, the tools that you have, so that you can get the best out of those specific tools. No matter what tools you're using, you should be trying your hardest to get the best out of your tools. So I don't really think it matters what paint you use. Like I said, this can of lead belcher that I have, this pot of lead belcher, isn't even lead belcher. It's almost completely craft paint and contrast medium in a lead belcher can. So the brand of paint that you use, like, can matter. Like, I was super excited to try the... Let me get that on frame. Try the Army Painter Speed Paints. But at the end of the day, the paint that you use doesn't matter. It's, are you using the paint to the best of its ability and to the best of your ability? And if you do that, you will be a happy chappy. I say that, but if you look over at my my paint station, I've got Archive X, I've got Army Painter Speed Paint, I've got some Vallejo paints, I've got Citadel paints, I've got Monument Hobbies transparent paints. I have a whole slew of different Vallejo, like, World War II paints. So, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I just got a text message. Let's go look at that. It's my buddy Brad talking about fasting. Alright, so on here, we did the border of the side hangers. Actually, we'll do the whole thing here for the side hanger, but we're going to color in the center of that side hanger with blue for the little side hanger force field, as if it was open. On this model, it's not open, but we're going to put the paint there anyway, because we want the side hanger, the whole trench system on the ship, while it's kind of simple, you want it to catch the eye. So that's part of what we're going to do to catch people's eyes. Just get in here. Okay. And bloop, bloop, bloop. A little bit more. Then the front. I know this doesn't look great on camera. We're going to do it real quick here. There we go. All right, so compared to this guy, it looks like that we went through and we put gunmetal on all of these little things, and we will do that again because I thought that was a good idea. So real quick. I hope everybody's having a good day. It was a interesting day at work today. pushing dents in the Houston summer sun is not fun. But, you know, the money's nice. Finding new customers is hard. If anyone's ever done like an outside sales job before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Finding new customers. We're in a position where we need to find at least one new major customer. Whoop! Woo! And outside sales is not fun. You know, it's good that like we can go to a car dealership and say, hey, this is what we do. And they don't look at you like they don't know what you do or don't know what you sell, because every single car dealership uses the services that we are offering. But if every single dealership uses those services already, that means we're trying to get them to switch off of their customers and go with us. Me specifically. And I've been successful at that in the past. I think I'm okay at building relationships for that. But it's a long, arduous process. They say on average that if you need to find a customer today, you should have started looking for a new customer 4 months ago. Alright, so that I believe is all of the gunmetal done. We are actually going to go... No, we're fine, we're done. Okay, so next step is blue and wash. So let me grab my Tamiya, and we'll see how well this goes. If this doesn't go well, we're just going to switch off and switch to normal oil, but here's our Tamiya panel line accent color. Give it a good shake. So, we've been using acrylic paints on here. All the paints that we use are acrylic paints. Tamiya wash is an enamel paint. So, we want to make sure that we're not breathing this too much. But we're going to get in here. One thing, I did a video on this, and people, like, I feel like I was the last person to discover this. But, like, look at that. How it... Oh, let's do that on camera so you can actually see what we're doing. Just the cool concept of having the wash use capillary action to fill the panel lines is just so cool to me. You know, I had a friend in our Discord, in our gaming Discord group, who was like, duh, because he's been doing Gunpla forever. But I had no idea that this was as cool as it was. See how those two lines connected to each other? It's freaking awesome, man. Okay, so far, Arcane Blue from P3 is fantastic. Okay, Shadowcat. Let's grab a new window here. New tab. Okay, so you say that Arcane Blue from P3 is amazing, or it's fantastic. Arcane Blue P3. Ooh, that is a good color. Oh, it's metallic? Is that metallic? I like that. I do like that color. $5 for a pot. I mean, that's not terrible. I think the Citadel pots are like $7.80. 0.5 fluid ounces. How does that compare to a Citadel pot? This is 0.6 fluid ounces, which you cannot see the thing that I'm holding in my hand. Hold on a second. So this is 0.6 fluid ounces. It says right there. So it's a little bit smaller than that. Slayer pot is 0.4, so it's a little bit bigger than that. I'm going to put that in my cart based on your recommendation, Shadowcat. This is not looking great, guys. Like, I kind of just want to known oil it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I should just keep using the enamel paint. You know what I need to be doing? I need to be wiping up the excess with like a Q-tip, but I don't have a Q-tip, so I'm going to use a napkin. There we go. Maybe we'll have a better result. I am not the owner of the Discord that I'm talking about, Shadowcat, so I can't tell you whether or not you can join or not. Someday, when we have something of value to offer people to patronize us, we will have a patron Discord. But we're not there yet, man. We're just hit 700 subscribers, and we're not really... Besides the giveaways that we do, our YouTube channel, I don't think, offers enough value to pimp a Patreon, so I don't think it offers enough value to do a Discord either. But, you know, if you ever want to hang out with me in Discord, I haunt the O'Neill Creations Discord, the Full Thrust Gamers Discord. If you like Full Thrust, or you like talking about the Full Thrust rule set, the Full Thrust Gamer Discord is actually freaking awesome. There are people in there that are keeping Full Thrust alive in a profound way. Shadowcat, I know what you mean. On not being able to afford a Patreon. I took a look at my last Patreon bill to determine what patrons I can continue to support and which ones that I can't support anymore. I know for sure that there are 2 that I have to keep paying for. Patreon and Sussy, because or O'Neill Creations and Sussy, because that's how I maintain my right to sell their products. But I think my last Discord bill was $62, and that is a lot of money, man. I mean, I'm getting something for it. The patrons that I am a part of, at least this month, you know, you don't need someone to bring it back. It never left. What you're looking for is people to bring back the ships in that scale. I mean, the sellers that sold it, like, you can still buy all those ships from. Who is it? What's the guy who used to sell those ships? I mean, Mongoose made them. Oh shoot, Steven, I'm a huge Babylon 5 fan. I never played did I play Cult Arms? I remember I had a friend named Justin who was into war games. In fact, if I was to blame someone for my war game habit, it's Justin over in Oregon still. Justin, I love you, man. You're probably not watching. You're probably working really hard, but hot damn. It's Justin's fault that I'm the kind of gamer that I am. We're kind of going overboard with these, but no, whatever. Oh, you pre-ordered the Road Home? I will buy the Road Home, but that animation style, like, I'm not going to sell it short. I know that J. Michael Straczynski and co. do a good job. I'm going to definitely buy it, but I'm not a huge fan of that kind of animation. Alright. This is getting a little messy. We're getting a little out of control. Okay, so on this one, that was kind of it. We haven't done the blue yet. We're going to do the blue, but Oh, by the way, Steven and Shadowcat, just within reach. There we go. There's a Shadow Fighter. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Let me just take this off. Take this Donager class off. Oh, wait. No. Here's a Minbari fighter, or a Minbari Charlene. Right there. For your viewing pleasure. Oh, dude, the mortality of the cast. I mean, keep in mind that, like, this show first aired in 1997, and, yeah, a lot of the cast has died, and it's unfortunate because a lot of them died super early. But, like, them, like Mira Furlan dying, people don't have to live forever. And, you know, all the people that we like, we watched on these shows, they were already adults when we were, like, wee babies watching these shows. I don't know how old you guys are, but in 97, I hadn't even started high school yet. I wouldn't start high school for 2 more years. So, I mean, the people that were in these shows are older. Ungrateful Colonial said, now I only have a problem collecting war games, not so much playing them. Is that saying you don't have a problem playing them, or you collect them but don't play them? Because those are two separate and equally terrifying problems to have. Okay, so we're going to use Temple Guard Blue. And then we're going to try Pilar Glacier. This is a pretty thin contrast to do on the side hangers, but we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Ungrateful Colonial. Justin? Who is Ungrateful Colonial? Holy crap, that was I think a good choice. That's not going to dry perfect, but Justin, oh my gosh. So, the guy who got me into wargaming back in the frickin' 90s when we both lived in stupid Troutdale, Oregon. This is the man who I blame for getting me into miniatures gaming and war games in general. The man himself. Well, yeah, comparing the two casts' mortality rates, like, of the DS9 cast, who's dead? We know for sure that Rom died. But no, not Rom. Nog. Nog has died, but Cyric Lofton is still alive. I guess Renee Albert-Jones died. But most of I believe Ducat died. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ducat died as well. Yeah, Odo unfortunately passed. Dude, Renee Albert-Jones is everywhere. But, I mean, look. Like I said, these shows, they first aired in 1997. The cast in them were all, except for Cyric Lofton, were all adults already. Even Nog, Nog, he played like a 12-year-old in the first season of the show. But Nog was already an adult when Aaron Eisenberg was an adult when he was in the show. So, I mean, and he was small, and smaller people, and this is something that hits kind of close for me because my wife is 4'9". Smaller people don't live as long because, generally speaking, along with their smallness, there's other things that go about them. All right, so I teased this guy. We'll get it in the light here. So this is the Donager, and we have the Morgan class, and we have the Tachi, the Corvette class, and we have the Raptor class. I think this is the Raptor. This is a heavy frigate that you see for like 1 or 2 scenes. And we have the Pella. These ships were all designed, and then we have the Scirocco somewhere. Here we go. Here's the Scirocco that you see in Season 2. Okay, so all of these ships, except for the Scirocco, are designed and distributed for free on printables.com. Printables.com is... oh, shoot, I can't... We're not in frame! We're not in frame! I mean, Ungrateful Colonial, we're almost 40, man. And that's not old, but, dude, we're almost 40. So, yeah. The people that we love and care about are starting to expire. It sucks. Sucks a lot. Okay, so all of these ships except for the Scirocco are you can download the files for free from printables.com. There's a guy named Martin Teichel, who designed all these. He's designed them in a much larger scale, but as he distributed them, he decided that he was also going to distribute a complete file. So all of these ships, except for the Donager, are scaled to be the same height, so or the same scale. So the Pella is like 90 meters. So this is 90 millimeters. This is 33 millimeters. This is 46 millimeters. Can't remember. I think this is 72, and then this is like 70 or 69 or something like that. So all these ships are to scale, and then the Donager, because if the Donager was to scale with all these guys, it would be 400 millimeters. We chose to put this guy in 150 millimeters, and I didn't do a great job painting this, but if you look at the details, let me get this in focus. The details on this are utterly absurd, and we supported this on the front so that we could get good engine cones, and that meant that the torpedo tubes don't look great in here, but even the little antennas are in there. This railgun kind of bent. Maybe I'll get this hot one day and try and bend it back. But we have a license to print these for sale, so we need to get these. We need to get good prints of these done so we can put them on Etsy. Some of these are okay, but like the engine cone on this one doesn't look great. And we're going to have to go in and edit out all the PDCs on these because the PDCs just... we either have to bulk them up so they print right or just take them out entirely because they don't look great. But, well, here's our Venator. This is going to be the stock that we use to put up on Etsy. It comes with 3 drain holes, and then the ship comes unpainted. It comes in one piece, and it will be available with or without stand. I think we are at... What are we at? We started at 6:05. We're at 6:50. We're going to cut it off here because I got to go and get stuff done today. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, Stephen Bennett, the Donager can hold 2 Corvette class in it. Okay, and the 2 Corvette class right here, or it can hold 4 of these Morgan class. I think we got someone upset at us on Facebook when we were talking about scale. I think he jumped the gun on a word I said and didn't like what I said, but you know that is what it is. thank you very much for watching. We appreciate the views and the support and the talking in chat. We really appreciate you guys. We're closing out July. August is a new month, and we hope to see you all there. In the meantime, if we've added enough content to make you like it, like our videos, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and don't forget to be awesome. Have a great day.